like Mr. Mario or ZeppPuff, like, you could say that they're decent players, but what is it that you like if you just don't know the name right offhand? How do you approach the matchup? Like, what are you looking for and trying to adapt?
I think the first thing to kind of really go off of is if you can find a way to just like, because half the time people put their mains in their Twitter bios, right? And sometimes people connect their Twitters to their Smash GG account. So that's one way that, like, one approach you can make. Just kind of checking out some data there. Sometimes they attach their streams, maybe you can catch a couple of VODs. But half the time, it's just like if you can figure out what character they're playing, you can kind of mentally prepare yourself for the matchup. And then after that, it's really just kind of going through game one, just trying to figure out how that person plays. Like right now, Mr. Mario has been doing a fantastic job in game one here, and maybe we can see a chance for ZeppPuff to take, if since they drop game one or if they take game one, whatever. But game two could be a different kind of story. It could be adaptation between both players. So I feel like game one is just kind of like just playing the most balance you can to figure out what your opponent's habits are. So we'll see if Mr. Mario or ZeppPuff is able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, ZeppPuff did wind up playing Hungry Box himself, so I mean, this is almost like a student versus sensei situation that wound up happening just over just a couple of days ago. You could say it was last year now, but regardless of that, yeah, wound up being 2-0 in favor of HBox. But yeah, ZeppPuff still staying alive and taking it to Mr. Mario, not a bad competitor themselves, who's going to get a back air and winning advantage. But again, I mean, hanging on to Puff in the air is easier said than done.
Yep. Oh, wow, what a
well
great
done
ledge
on the
trump.
ledge.
Yeah, ledge trump right there from Mr. Mario into a back air. That back air is one of the most ridiculous things in this game. Like how quick it is, how strong it is, and the fact that you can act out of it almost immediately, even if you land like in the middle of doing a back air, it's absolutely insane. And we saw it right there on display with Mr. Mario using to take that first stock. And right now, just getting a good little bit of extra credit right now.
Got to get the licks in while you can, and certainly Mr. Mario with the right character to make that happen. Looking for the flood, but yeah, it's not gonna do a whole lot with Puff above you. Ooh. Gonna get the big hit in, and gonna bounce the Puff right off of the stage, and yeah, just gonna cape him. Beautiful stuff. Nair, no tech on that. It is hard to tech online, but the up smash going to find the mark. And Mr. Mario, you talk about extra credit. That's about as extra as it gets.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, there we go. ZeppPuff finally getting on the board there with a back air of themselves. I believe it was a back air. Either way, you got Mr. Mario up a whole stock, and there he goes, man, starting to put on some of that damage. 42%, 51% with another up air just to extend it just a little bit. ZeppPuff might be in a bit of trouble.
ZeppPuff right now just having a tough time negotiating what seems to be a very skilled Mario, but gonna get a quick little jab in, and up smash not quite going to take it. This is Smashville, but yeah, gonna need to work a little bit harder than that. And yeah, just has no answer for this Nair. As quick as it is, it's gonna be the headbutt driving into the midsection of Puff if there was one. If not, well, that ball just got flattened, and Mr. Mario is going to go up 1-0, benefit of that up smash. And there are many, but among them, Skiff, is the kill power.
Yeah, I mean, Mario's up smash is a very, very good move. I mean, obviously, we just saw like it connect like 3 times, taking 2 stocks there. But I also kind of want to drive the point that you made earlier. Like, how do you approach an opponent that you haven't played before? And what Mr. Mario just did is exactly how you should do it. Maybe that first stock is you kind of figuring out what your opponent's habits are, taking your time, not like pushing anything more than you really need to. But as soon as it seemed like Mr. Mario got a feel for ZeppPuff's habits and what they're trying to actually push, Mr. Mario just blew up. It took stock after stock after stock, back airs, up smashes all over the place. We saw a couple times where ZeppPuff was air dodging in, and Mr. Mario had an up smash ready to go. So, I mean, again, that's exactly what I want to do. He didn't waste too much time. He figured out the habits really quick and just pushed that advantage as hard as possible. So good stuff to Mr. Mario. But let's see if ZeppPuff can take that game one, make some adaptations to their game plan, and figure out a way to take a game back.
Certainly not out of the realm of possibility, but the thing is that you're talking about someone like Jigglypuff, who relies so much on controlling the air game. But how do you do that against a character like Mario? And Mr. Mario had the game plan figured out. Like, they knew exactly what they needed to do. Rely on the quick aerials that Mario has. And when you have something like a nair that's frame 3, like an up air that's frame 4, the fact that that thing is frame 4 is just absolutely criminal. But, yeah, but even then, if you need a disjoint, guess what? You got yourself a back air that's frame 6, and that's not bad if you need to reach out and give yourself a little bit of space. And so much. I know that down air is quick, too. I can't quite remember. It's around that area code, though. I mean, if you're ZeppPuff, I mean, what's your in here?
Probably just playing a bit more defensive. So this is going to be a little bit of a problem, actually. I don't know about this counter pick for Jigglypuff, because if they try to use rest at all, you're not going to kill him as early because of Town City's higher blast zones. And honestly, this might actually even be better for Mario. Maybe they're looking to survive a little bit longer on Mario's up smashes and stuff like that. Like, we're not going to be seeing this combo kill. At least it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, not quite yet.
Yeah, so that would be one thing. And I think the game plan here, honestly, is what they're thinking of with a bigger stage. Just trying to play a bit more defensive. Right now, it's not looking too good. Mr. Mario is still getting a lot of good damage in there. Getting a fireball into a nair. Great stuff. But, yeah, ZeppPuff just got to be patient. Just take your time. You've got these long-lasting hitboxes. Use them to your advantage.
ZeppPuff getting a little bit of damage in. And, yeah, when it comes to advantage state, that's basically just an execution test. ZeppPuff finding themselves in a really unfamiliar situation, but turns garbage into gold. That killed it about 60%, and now ZeppPuff, with the benefit of that back air, you'd think that they would be able to play just a little bit slower, but Mr. Mario comes in, dives the head right into the, right in between the eyes of Puff, and that's gonna hurt.
Yep. Looks like ZeppPuff's trying to get these pounds into play here, trying to either break that shield or just get lower that shield enough to land with that nair. We saw him shield poke at least a couple times now. But yeah, maybe that's just kind of it, you know, a part of it. Just take your time, wait for Mr. Mario, because Mr. Mario was kind of in a bad spot, you know, especially being off stage. Not that Mario's bad off stage, but resources are kind of limited, and it seemed like Mr. ZeppPuff really took advantage of that, throwing out that back air exactly when they needed it. And there we go, man. Look, playing a little bit defensive, leading to a nair. Didn't quite get too much else off of that. Oh, you jumping! You gotta stop holding forward! Come on!
Oh,
he had that charge for like 3 seconds!
You know, ZeppPuff had it for the first couple of seconds, and then Mr. Mario comes in and reasserts their dominance. Look at this. Yeah, just coming in with those quick up airs. I mean, what is it that you're going to do with the ball-shaped character aside from just kick it endlessly? And that is exactly the mindset that Mr. Mario came in with. This is a beach party for them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're just bouncing this Jigglypuff all over the place. Oh, going for a forward smash there, wanting to end it, but not going to be able to connect on that. ZeppPuff barely beating it out. But yeah, ZeppPuff's just got to be careful with these approaches. They just really keep throwing themselves in harm's way. I don't know. It seems like ZeppPuff didn't really make the necessary adjustments, I think, after that game one, especially with how offensive Mr. Mario's been. I'm not quite sure what else to expect from Mr. ZeppPuff. Mr. ZeppPuff. Combine the two.
I mean, and it's not even like to discredit them. They seem to be doing relatively well in terms of connecting their hitboxes. It's just, I mean, we have seen beach balls at Raws after WrestleMania get knocked around less than this. It is just absolutely nuts what Mr. Mario is able to do. Looking for the kill right here, you would imagine the back air is going to be a means to try to achieve that goal, but a full stock lead, ZeppPuff wisely DIing away and not giving Mr. Mario any chance to continue advantage state. And that seems to be what you have to hang on to, but you drift in and you get head-butted out. And that is going to be Mr. Mario winning by a score of 2-0. And yeah, you used pretty much everything except your hands there, Mario, but go ahead.